Alright, what's up guys? I'm back again after a couple weeks. Here's the carburetor off of the 210. I had to take it off a third time and get it rebuilt a third time because apparently the first two times I didn't weren't sufficient enough. And I thought for sure I would have had the whole thing cleaned after I soaked it in this carburetor dip, but I must have not. When you take it out of the dip, you have to blow it out with a compressor, and I did that, but I must have not done it thoroughly enough because it was still dirty. My uncle and I took a look at it, and he said, take it to our friend, and so we did. He's got a farm in the next town over, and we took it over, and he worked on it in his shop, and he said it was still really plugged up in the high-speed jet and the idle jet, or the low-speed idle jet. So he cleaned it out for me, and I just got it back from him today. I'm glad he actually found time to work on it because he's a real busy guy, and he got it done in about a week. So, yeah, here's the carb, all clean, and then there's the intake there. You can't really see it. I'm going to put the carb back on it, and then we're going to fire it up. She hasn't fired up in about a week, a little over a week, so I'll see what I can do. And then I'm going to get my grandfather over here, and we're going to try replacing the broken ball joint. I mean, I got the new joint. You can see it's right there. I already tightened that down, but this old piece here from the old ball joint, I can't get that off, and I can't get it off with a pair of vice grips, so the tie rod's just kind of hanging there. But I'm going to put, anyway, we'll get that straightened out first, but I'm going to just try and get her started first. I'll mount the carburetor, and then we'll see how she goes from there. We'll see if we can get it adjusted properly, because I don't want to have to go through this again. Okay, guys, I turned the flashlight on. I just got done putting the carburetor back on. That's the next step. All it takes is a 1/2-inch box wrench, a flathead screwdriver, and some patience. Just trying to get it lined up in there. You see there's a gasket back there, and then you have to line up the bolt with it with the washer, and use the box wrench or the flathead screwdriver. Then up there you just have to snap the governor arm into place, and then you take a pair of flathead, or needle nose pliers rather, and you just slide the clamp over and clamp the gas line to it, and that's all it really is to it. And then make sure your choke is hooked up correctly. That's open, obviously, and that's closed. And we just test that. You can put a little WD-40 on the cable. I'll do a little more messing around with that. And the throttle works too, and then just the choke. I can't see from here, but I would assume that it works. It opens and closes like it should. Yep. All right, that's good. So now we're gonna. I'll put the air cleaner assembly back on it. It just takes a couple. I use a nut driver to do that. It's pretty simple. It takes a couple little bolts. Then there's the air cleaner and the cover. So I'll do that next. Alright, so she's all back together. The air filter's on it and everything, and all good and tight. I still can't drive it because, like I said before, the tie rod's broke. But my grandfather and I are going to fix that tonight. So now, let's see if we can get this thing started. It's going to take a little cranking because there's no gas in it. But, I mean, it's got a new gasket. Actually, it has several new gaskets. One of the gaskets is new. I just replaced it, but like the other gaskets and things like that, and this needle and seat that go inside the carb, I put them in when I first got a rebuild kit back in August, I think. Come on, focus. So it's still fairly new. So we'll see how it does. As you can see here, I bought this little battery tender on eBay for $25, and it's a great deal. It's like a little jumper, and you just plug it into the battery, and the thing's dragging. You just plug it into the battery at the terminals, and it charges. It took about 2 days to charge it, but so far it hasn't been losing its charge like it was before. I think it was just because it was low. It sat for over a year. When I first got the tractor, the battery was dead, so it's never actually had a full charge. But there you go. So it should have enough power to crank it. So let's see. I'll move it out here. I shouldn't leave that thing dragging, but the end of that broke, so that's getting replaced anyway. Now let's see. No, I'm actually going to close this door because the smell gets really bad, and someone in this house is going to kill me for it. got my screwdriver here in case of adjustment. So let's see. I mean, like I said, it still needs adjustment because it's needed adjustment, but we're gonna get it straightened out for real now. So give it like half throttle maybe. It's not too cold, but it has been sitting for a week. So make sure the choke's out. He's in neutral. Let's see. Just let it crank a bit. Oh. Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's let it warm up for a few minutes. Yeah, I forgot that was there. Ah, come on. It sounds pretty good. It sounds a lot better. I'm just going to let it warm up for a few minutes and see what she does. That's actually, I mean, besides the cranking, because there was no gas in it, that's a good start for sitting for a week. And when it was sitting out in the cold for a couple days, when I got it stuck in the woods back there, it fired right up on the first crank once the battery got jumped. So that's a great sign. And you just got it. You see, I still have to clean it off. But I'll just let it warm up for a little bit. Make this quick because we have to go. But we just changed the ball joint while we were at it and got it all nice and tight. And it's all good now. Got it adjusted, and it starts, runs, and accelerates and idles great now. So we gave it a thorough cleaning that it needed all along. So I got to take it across the street because Pop and I are heading out. So I'll show you guys. It should be warm. It's been running the whole time. The steering is still a little funky because of the new tie rod ends, but I mean, should be good to go. Turns nice and easy too. There you go. No more problems.